And that was the Ravaging of Ruby. Slightly easier to interpret, I think, than some of the other wolf encounters. But I'll save that to the end like usual. And once again, we are slightly closer to Grandma's house, so this won't take quite as long to make the walk of shame, so to speak, here. There was a request to come to Grandma's house without meeting the wolf, just to see how different it is. And so I'll go ahead and do that as a bonus video after the LP is finished. Which shouldn't be too much longer. This is Sister number 4, which means that there are 2 more chapters followed by the epilogue. I like how Ruby's music has the sound of squeaky joints, like everything's rusted. Right now, relatively normal room. Nothing, besides the lighting scheme, nothing obviously wrong. The doors look unchanged. Ah, so here's our first clue as to what's going on. We have an upper room filled with smoke. It's a cage sitting next to the rocking chair from hell. More smoke, debris. A long hall of lockers, and the sounds of motorcycles and engines. Oh, and we get turned over. We see some toxic waste smoking to the left, along with the peacock imagery, once again. Now we enter a school gymnasium. Probably high school, given Ruby's age. It's into a bird cage. Whoa! Crash. Which smashes to the ground. You can see it's a nice little touch there. The local team is called the Wolves. You can see squealing tire tracks going all over the place, and there is the ruined car, smoking and smashed. Ooh, nice little jump cuts there. The bird on the table once again, similar to Rose, once again suggesting disorientation. And now the hallway, which looks like the side of a many cylindered engine. In fact, this is probably the highest cylinder engine in the world, given how many I see here. Everything's jumpy, like you're on a fast track. And here's the end room. A rotating bed on the merry-go-round, chopped in half with rusted walls. Scrap metal. End of Chapter 4. Items collected 3 out of 4. Special rooms unlocked 3 out of 3. Distance traveled 1592 meters. Wolf encountered, yes. Success. Rank B. You have found the abandoned playground. So let's talk about Ruby. From a narrative point of view, like I said before, this one is, in my opinion, easier to interpret than some of the other encounters. Ruby wandered off into the woods to the abandoned playground, where she met the wolf in the guise of kind of the typical bad boy. And Ruby, being a lover of basically a fast-paced life, not wanting to die old, and she probably strikes me as being interested in symbols of rebellion, such as maybe a motorcycle or a sports car. Basically, you know, struck up either a conversation or a friendship with this wolf. You saw that he offered her a cigarette. Again, you know, adding to her desire to decay and not live to see old age. Basically they went for a ride, and you can probably guess what happened at the end. You could see the ending flashes when she came to the final room. You could see pictures of her her face being shattered, her body laying broken on the ground. So that was how Ruby ended. Now, from an analytical point of view, this also, I think, is slightly more straightforward than some of the others. I see Ruby's story as basically the cautionary tale about taking your aesthetics a little too far. On the one hand, you know, a lot of people will find some kind of aesthetic beauty in, as she mentioned, rust, decay. And of course, you know, some people also have the opinion, like Ruby has of flowers, that the reason that they're beautiful is because they don't last long. And given her kind of stereotypical goth makeup, I get the impression that Ruby just couldn't fit in, and so decided to just push everyone away. She's the person who wants to just escape from everything, and if that escape includes, you know, self-harm or suicide, then so be it. And so, of course, the danger is that basically you get exactly what you wish for. And it may not be everything that you thought it would be. Because on the one hand, even though Ruby put up the facade that she didn't want to fit in, that she was outside of society, at the same time, she struck up this friendship with the bad boy. And when offered a cigarette, she took it. Which can also be kind of a rite of passage into a club or a group, you could interpret it as. So I get this feeling overall that there was a part of her that actually wanted to fit in. And she was willing to do anything in order to have the friends that she thought she had in this bad boy, and whatever crowd he may have run with. And that included such things as, you know, smoking, of course, is a way to kill yourself slowly, but you can also take interested in fast cars and stunt driving, and end your life that much more quickly. So I think Ruby's story, more than any of the others, is a slightly more straightforward cautionary tale about taking the fast life too seriously and actually dying before your time. And this actually may be what caused her leg to be broken in the first place, because, you know, if we're not trying to set up this game as a narrative, then we don't have to have any particular timeline. Things don't necessarily have to happen in sequential order. So the fact that Ruby has that leg brace could actually be a result of this accident that she got into with the car, as she was trying to fit into this tough crowd. And anyway, so I'm rambling now, so I'll stop. But that's my thoughts on Ruby. And for our next chapter, we will go to Carmen.